I don't want to eat shit. It's a hard question for a reason. What a political response.
Interesting.
That's the most PC I've ever heard you. We're your hosts, Tara, Nora, and Allie, and you're listening to Bad Advice Only.
We're just three New York City rats talking about scurrying around the Big Apple. Here, we make the New York City mistakes so you don't have to.
We're begging you. Leave us a review and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We release new episodes every Monday, so stay tuned, rats. My horoscope said that I have to stop gossiping.
Really?
Just for the month of August.
So we're back up and running in September.
Let's see if I can do it.
Yeah.
What is gossiping? Define gossiping in your world.
Opening my mouth.
Talking.
Everything that comes out of my
You're
mouth
going to
should
take
not come out of my
a
mouth.
month of silence.
Yes.
She's taking a vow of
She's
silence.
going to try to be the Dalai Lama.
I'm going to just work from home. No one's going to see me for the month of August.
It's not a bad idea.
The worst part is they didn't tell me what would happen if I did gossip. They were just like, we really, really urge you to not.
Also, Allie, I noticed you didn't tell me I looked pretty today.
Ooh.
Did you do something different?
Oh, I'm wearing makeup.
Oh.
Normally you say, you look pretty today. Are you wearing makeup?
You look really pretty today. Are you wearing makeup?
Do I not look good?
You look like you don't look ugly. It doesn't look like you're wearing makeup, which is good. It's like a natural look.
It's the no makeup look.
Okay, so
Part 2.
We got so much good feedback off of dating apps. Part 1, how to swipe like a boss. So I figured we could
swipe like a mouse.
We could start now that you're back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Tara.
I was ill.
Yeah.
What illness? Describe
I
it.
had strep throat and possibly COVID because the symptoms just did not add up for
Do you
strep
think maybe
throat.
it was mononucleosis?
Maybe.
What's
that could
that?
also
Mono?
be a thing.
Oh.
Mono, yeah.
I've never heard its full Christian name.
Y'all, I was wiped out.
She was a sack of shit.
Nora was a sack of shit.
Nora would come in every day and be like, something's wrong with Tara. She is dead today.
She was rotting in bed for days.
I couldn't even watch TV. That's how bad I felt. The first 2 days, I laid there and just stared at the ceiling. And by day 3, I had enough energy to turn on a show. And then I binged Buying Beverly Hills. Love that show.
Oh, it's really good. Have you seen Owning Manhattan yet?
Yes, love it. Obsessed.
I'm really excited because my date tomorrow apparently knows the cast from Owning Manhattan.
Amazing.
He's a real estate developer. Love you.
Are you trying to say you have a rat Gosling right now?
I have a rat Gosling, you guys. I'm actually really excited about him. I hope he doesn't bail. But I met him on
Why
Bumble.
would you put that
so
out in the universe?
There's literally nothing better than putting it on record, recorded, and released to the world that you're excited for a date, and then it just
doesn't happen.
bombs.
Well, that's like in our last version of this episode. I was like, oh, my little Jew lawyer who I'm never going to see again.
Uh-huh.
And I ended up going back randomly
Yeah.
on a Wednesday night.
So now you guys are dating, basically.
No.
What do you like about your new rat Gosling? You haven't met him.
I haven't
You're
met
just
him. That's
talking
what
on
I like about
Bumble. Oh, that.
The mystery.
He's
It's all hope.
connected.
It's just a
Everything's
mystery.
hope right now.
It's just hope. And, like, I'm imagining our cute kids. His family's from Positano. Okay. So where did we leave off on the swipey swipe conversation last time?
We barely scratched the surface of all the different apps.
Rat recap really quick for me as a listener. I didn't get to partake in part 1, so as a listener, let me tell you. Great episode, ladies.
Thank you.
You had me at the edge of my seat.
You're not mad.
Oh no! I mean, I thought it was so funny. I loved the idea of just Xing out one of the
Isn't that funny?
female
It wasn't
images.
about you. It could have happened to any one of us.
Oh, I know.
No, it's very funny.
It's gonna turn-
and then it just keeps Xing. Then the next one, there's just one
It's
left,
like America's
and then they're
Next
all
Top
gone.
Model, where the image just disappears from the crew, but instead we're just Xing them.
We're America's Next Top podcast.
Yeah,
That's right, we are. I do want to know why y'all think I'm a crazy motherfucker on the app.
I
No,
mean,
we would
'cause
love
you
to
are.
know.
We
Okay.
want to know too.
Okay, well, I'll let you get into it, and I'll share my experiences.
Well, I was listening back and I was like, there's so many things that we like just didn't cover. Because I put Coffee Meets Bagel on here, but we actually did kind of
We
cover
barely
that.
You talked
did.
about
But
it.
after we talked about it, I downloaded it.
But is Coffee Meets Bagel a New York app? Because it sounds like it is.
All
I don't
know
know.
is that it was invented by 3 women.
Oh.
I've heard and this is just anecdotal, there's no data based off of this. Because for my personal experience, it hasn't been that. But when I told somebody I downloaded it, they were like, oh, it was just, like, used by predominant Indian populations.
Oh. So that's not what you're finding? Not mostly Indian?
No, I mean, everybody that likes me is Indian, but that's common across all the apps that I'm on.
You know, that's such an interesting thing. Everyone has kind of like a type that likes them. Mine is tall Jewish men. Jewish men always like me on all the apps.
Well, that's great. You love Jewish men. You love tall Jewish men.
She doesn't.
It's not who I would pick for myself. Like, if I could write down everything I want in a man, it's not it's not top of the list. Religion isn't in the list.
Okay, interesting. Who likes you? I feel like black men.
I wish.
No, she gets a lot of like Middle Eastern.
Oh, okay. So you have the same. You got the same
like
look
South
going on.
Asian, Middle Eastern, which I coincidentally love.
Lucky
so it's for me. I'm like, yay.
It must be hard out there. The people that you like you back.
Yeah,
not the experience for these two.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, but the dating aspect actually gets really challenging in that demographic, and I'm sure a lot of people run into this issue too, just cultural differences,
you're white.
Religious differences.
White.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. I've definitely had men like I've gone out with for a few amount of months will be like, okay, yeah, I got the white girl experience, time to go, kind of thing.
Rude.
Like they'll like be very honest.
You're being
with me.
tokenized.
I am, and that's okay, I guess. But you know,
We love a token.
one Pakistani guy I really liked. I just wasn't ready for like a real relationship. He couldn't bring me home, and when he finally did, it was because his mom was out of town. And his grandparents were there, but they both had dementia. He was like, they'll never know. And
We love a half-dead grandparent moment.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent Thanksgiving with them. And I was like, aren't you worried because they didn't speak English. And I was like, aren't you worried they're going to tell your mom? And he was like, no.
She's like, no, I don't have any weird, crazy dating app stories.
Yeah.
I did meet him on Hinge.
What are your thoughts on like what we discussed? Hinge v Field v Bumble.
Okay. Overarching theme, it's the same. I totally believe dating apps are all the same. They're
Hot take.
all one, addictive. You're just swiping to swipe.
We've
Funny,
been
I have that on
swiping.
my list of bad things about dating apps.
Yeah, they're all the same. I know that they advertise that they're geared to different like populations, different groups, different interests, but it's all the same. Everyone's looking for love or some sort of like
Connection point.
connection. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
wait. Speaking of like the
That's
crazy
what a dating app
apps,
is.
you said crazy
I'm
apps.
saying they're all the same.
Crazy apps that like you want to find like weird connection points on. It doesn't need to be love. I did some research
what?
on like really niche dating apps, like ones that we've never heard of. But I listed the ones that I've never heard of, but I want to see if either of you have heard
I
of these.
feel like I can name one because I actually thought of one later after the episode. FetLife.
No, that's not on my list. But yes,
Really?
FetLife I just heard of
kinda
because
just
one
forgot
of the
about
people
it.
I matched with on Coffee Meets Bagel was like, FetLife was a lot for me, and I'm like, what the fuck is FetLife?
I think
FetLife
FetLife
is great.
I've never been on FetLife, but I feel like it's Field more intense than Field.
The way I would define FetLife is dating on Craigslist.
Oh,
I
Craigslist.
shot my coke out of my nose. That's fucking heinous. That scares me. Why not just date on Craigslist?
People do.
I think we should consider it.
Should we try it?
Actually, should I tell you all? Am I going to derail this if I tell y'all to not dating apps, but dating methods?
You asked me if you're going to derail something when I was going to bring up a point to say 2 stories. The answer is yes, but go on.
Go ahead, Tara. The mic's
Derail this by
yours.
saying 2 completely irrelevant stories about Craigslist.
Thank you for the time. Okay, so the 2 I would say most underrepresented dating platforms online would be Craigslist and Reddit. Did y'all know people?
Reddit?
Yeah, people are using these.
They're
methods.
not dating sites. They're websites.
Yeah.
Let's classify that. Let's get that correct.
But
They're
they
just
each have their
websites.
own section for like.
Okay, but then you could say the
seeking
same thing about
arrangements.
LinkedIn and Instagram.
And I will. My ear keeps popping. It really hurts.
What are
Go
your
on.
stories?
What?
Your stories.
Oh, I was just saying those are two platforms that I think.
Oh, they weren't even 2 stories ever. We had
didn't
a big
say stories.
miscommunication
You did
here.
say stories.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you're like, is it going to be bad if I derail this with a couple of stories?
I'll listen when I edit.
Sorry. I'm not arguing this. I apologize. I said story.
I was excited for stories.
I mean, I have stories.
Do you say them now?
Nah, go ahead.
Okay. So, some of the dating apps that I found, have you heard of Boo?
Yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of Boo. Isn't it like for black people?
Oh. What?
Like looking for my boo. My boo.
Nope.
Oh, is it for ghosts?
No, that's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was
I
at
was
first.
thinking.
Like
I
people
knew you would
trying to
think
find
that.
love for dead people.
Yeah.
Like a medium love?
Yeah. Like people that can't get normal.
Who's it
I mean,
advertised
humans.
for?
If you think about it, there's a lot more dead people than alive people.
Right.
So
you have better chances of
And
meeting a
like, you
dead
know what?
person.
They're always around because they've got nothing better to do because they're dead.
You don't have to meet a ghost at Run Club.
Yeah,
you really
exactly.
don't.
Well, now I need to know what's Boo.
Yeah, what's
Okay,
Boo?
Who's
so
it
it's
advertised
for it's Boo, in parentheses, where souls meet. So again, thought it was the
Ooh.
haunting one, but it's actually blind dates, and you put in like interests, and then based off
Oh.
of like your interests match, you go.
And then
That's
you go
kinda
first
fun.
and you show up.
yeah.
I don't.
Turns out you're a scary, ugly motherfucker.
I didn't look into like why the name is the way it is.
I really don't respect the name. Like, at least, like,
Okay, this
at
one's
least
called
Hinge gave us Unhinged.
right. Nuit, Nuit.
Never heard of it.
It's astrology based. So
Oh
like
my
you can
God.
be like,
Pass. We can
The
skip
world's most annoying people on that
I
app.
don't want to date a Gemini.
Oh my God.
The other one that I found was called Taste Buds,
that. Ew.
which is music focused
Oh,
dating
that's.
apps.
I thought it would be food focused.
Yeah.
These names are
They're,
horrible.
one
this is why they're niche and little.
There's one called S'more, which I didn't.
Ooh, interested.
It's
I'm
not
interested.
food based though.
Ugh.
What the fuck?
And
Is
then
it for campfire enthusiasts? What?
I don't know. I didn't write down the definition. I forget because I
You
was like, oh, I'll
stopped there.
remember that because it's s'more.
All right, listeners, someone look up S'more and tell us what the app is.
What's out there? And then the last one is on the same line of Field and FetLife. It's called Tap Dat. And it's specifically for people not looking for serious connections.
Wow.
I
might
respect
get on there
that.
just to spy on people.
Tap Dat. I
Yes.
don't know how many people are using it. I've never heard
I'm
of these
sure the app is bug free and great.
apps. Okay, so now you've got like the Match.com, eHarmony. What do we
Yeah.
consider those? Or like, are they dating apps? Because they're websites.
Those
I'm
are
sure
like
they're-
for old.
they
No,
have
they are
apps
apps
now.
now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like the last time I was single, I got real weird, and I downloaded like eHarmony. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see who's out there, and then I couldn't figure out how to use the app, so I gave up.
You remember the old guy on the, was it Match.com that did the advertisements? Do you know who
Oh
I'm
my
talking about?
God, yes.
Why was he the face
Yeah,
of...
there was like an 80-year-old man who did all the Match or eHarmony ads. It's because he like made it and met his wife or some shit.
Yeah, but like, again...
You on?
I wonder because, like, okay, so this is like 2 decades ago now at this point, so...
So he's
it
dead,
was
is what you're
tab-
saying. So he might be on Boo.
He's on Boo. I'm assuming, like, it was still so taboo to go online and meet people online.
Tap Boo.
Boo. I don't know, man. I just can't imagine. Like, look at the ads nowadays. It's like hot, androgynous people, like, on the subway ads that are like advertising for Hinge and stuff. But before, it was just an old white dude.
At least you knew what you were getting, though. For androgynous, you really don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't know what I'm looking at
I love
on
it.
that ad.
I love it.
I'm just swiping and I'm lucky.
Well, Nora's data so far is just leaning towards closer to that old man because she updated her age to
I
like
changed
90.
my age. First of all, I did like age like 18 to 28 because I was like,
Yuck.
let's
18,
see.
Nora.
No,
You
I wouldn't
pedophile.
actually date an 18-year-old. I just wanted to see what they look like. And you know, I saw a couple of 23-year-olds where I was like, that looks like a man to me.
I actually know which one you're talking about, and that man was 40.
That
The one
guy
in the
looks like a
Speedo?
man.
Yeah, he was so fucking hot.
I can't respect that. No 19-year-old should look that
He
way.
was 23.
No, he was 40, you guys. That's all agreed. He's lying about his age. Okay.
Regardless, he was juicing.
He was juicing.
I'll juice. Let me juice.
You want steroids?
I'll juice on me. I'll juice on you.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Good
One of
morning.
your people, that has the sugar daddy?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk? Is that on the no-no list?
No, I don't know
great.
him. I've never met this man. I sent one message to him and he didn't
I was out with
respond.
my gays yesterday and told them about that. And they were like, she should 100% bypass the 24-year-old and go straight for the sugar daddy.
That's
Right.
exactly what I said.
Yeah. That's
So
what I said
for the
too.
listeners who don't know the story,
But I'm assuming sugar daddy only likes men.
what
don't
happened
know.
is I just matched with this guy. I haven't spoken to him, so it's like really not much of a story, but he, in his profile, I hadn't read it when I matched, and so I matched and I'm like, okay,
We're
I'll
matching for looks. That's right.
I'm matching for looks. I look back, I
Not
read his
personality.
profile. He's like a 23-year-old, and it's like, something you should know about me. I have a sugar daddy, and if we're gonna have a relationship, you need to be open to meeting him someday. And I'm like,
Which I think is cute. Instead of, I need you to meet my mom, I need you to meet my sugar
See, this is why
daddy.
we needed you on the first episode because Nora and I are very much aligned on like,
that's crazy.
yikes.
and
Yeah,
I'm
keep
like,
that
this
to
is
yourself.
so
And you're like, that's
endearing.
adorable.
He has someone in his life. He wants
I mean, I
to
don't
meet.
care. I don't mind. I just don't want to date him. I mean, I'm curious. That's why I messaged him. I got questions.
If someone put in their bio, they were like, oh, I murdered my grandma last night, Terry'd be like, that's so cute. He's like very open to talking about how he's got
in tune
mommy
with his
issues.
feelings.
Yeah. In the last episode, we talked about how to like close it, right? Like we kind of talked about like how to end it, and I was like, oh, I
Yeah, I
ghost
really
people.
liked that
Breakup
part.
etiquette.
Can we get a little bit more into breakup etiquette?
Well, I was gonna start with like what are some good opening lines because I feel like one of the hardest part about dating apps is like where do you
Such
start
a
off?
good point, Allie. Oh my god.
I go so wild on the opening lines. I put no thought into it whatsoever. I just, off the cuff, whatever crazy shit. Sometimes I just write hello in all caps. And then if they don't respond, I just write hello in all caps again.
And then your third attempt is take me out on a date.
Yeah. And then I'm like, you taking this girl out or what?
Do you? Okay, I have a lot to unpack there. One is I think the hello thing is so fucking funny, but has anybody ever responded to
Yeah.
that one alone? Okay.
Well, no, not the first one. They never hit me on the first one. The first one, they're scared.
They should be scared of the second one or the third one. But like, I think about guys that do that to me all the time who hit me up like a day after, and I'm
Yeah.
like
A day after what?
not responding.
Oh,
like
oh.
they've hit me up once, I don't respond. They hit me up twice, being like, "Is this over?" And I'm like, ugh. Like it's such an ick. I just wonder if guys feel like that with women reaching out.
So,
multiple
okay, I have a
times.
couple of thoughts on like openers. I don't care about the opener. Like, I know some people really complain about when people are like, "Hi, how are you? Hi,
Yeah,
how was
people
your
hate
weekend?"
that. I actually hate that. I'm one of those people.
I don't care. Like, I love a funny opener or like something off the cuff. But like, if you're just gonna say hi, how are you? I don't care. Like, I get it. I had the last time I opened my app, I think I had like 175 like closed, messages like on Hinge.
Humble
whatever it is.
brag.
Humble brag.
I got like 2.
I get it. You can't be creative every fucking time. But like, if the conversation starts up, then get creative.
You
then
can
get
reuse the
silly.
same lines. You could do the hello every time.
What's the craziest line any of you have ever used?
Oh my God, Al. How could I know?
Because I know mine.
Okay, well, Al, please tell.
Mine was that time that I messaged all those guys, like, would you rather be hit in the face 5 times by, like, Hulk Hogan in his prime or eat human poo?
Yeah, I remember that one.
0 response.
You know what's no response?
No,
no
not one
had
response.
shit to
Because I
say.
was like, whoever
I'm-
responds to this, that's my husband.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's also one answer because one of those you die, for
You
sure.
can't eat the shit.
You can't eat the shit.
I think I would die if I got punched in the face by Hulk Hogan.
Well, here's
This
the thing.
neck-
You have a better likelihood of living.
My broken
You
neck is
might
hanging
die
on by
either
one
way.
thread.
So if either way could kill you, do you want to die by shit or do you want to die by Hulk
Like,
Hogan?
I kind of would be like, oh, sick, I got taken out by Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
Not like,
much better than poop.
oh, I was hungry,
I
so
don't
I
know.
wanted to
Hulk
try
Hogan's real obnoxious. I might be taking this shit, y'all.
it. Okay.
Let me eat human shit. before-
You're right. I should have classified what kind of shit you'd
Ooh,
be
good
eating.
call. I assumed human. What kind?
No, I assumed human too. I just meant
Oh, you mean
like,
the
is it like a
consistency?
crunchy one? Is it like
Allie.
a wet one?
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna throw up now.
Aged.
My stomach just like
Flipped.
did like
It is
5
7 a.m.
You guys wanted to do the boarding.
I forgot we talk about eating different types of human shit at Sunday.
Yeah, you guys got to be prepared for anything.
I'm just
This is
saying,
a
if it was like
podcast.
dog shit, I'm probably more likely.
You're
Ew.
more likely.
I think so,
Way
because
more
dogs have a
stinky.
more limited diet. Like, they only eat kibble.
So you think-
Humans, it could be anything.
You just saw Tiny Girlfriend's shit. Would you eat that?
No, I don't want to eat shit. It's a hard question for a reason.
What a political response. That's
interesting.
the most PC I've ever heard you.
Okay. How has anybody been catfished in this group? I actually don't know
Yeah.
the answer. Go on.
Yes. I mean, I don't want to say mine, guys, because it's about being bald.
Oh, that's
That's not catfishing. He just doesn't have hair.
Well, I don't know.
I have a bald catfish story.
Go.
Okay.
Okay, what are we defining catfish here? Because both of you are just saying like the same person showing up. They just don't have hair.
That is catfishing.
That's not catfishing.
No, I mean, it's just like us changing our hair color and length and like.
Okay, that's
We've got
fair.
our weaves in. We have false eyelashes. Like, if you're losing your hair, that's fine, dude. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's just the circle of life.
I just think you should be upfront about it. Make a joke about it in your profile so I know.
This guy named Kumail, he and I matched around the pandemic era when we're still like eating outside and whatever. So I went out with him. His profile, he was super cute, bald,
But you knew
great
he was
beard.
bald.
He was bald, yeah. It was obvious all over the profile. Great beard, looked in shape, said he was 6 foot, all that. Great personality. We go out and, okay, this is on me. It was COVID. I was desperata. We get there and like I'm like I thought I remember him saying he was 6 foot. He was like 5'7"
Ooh.
on a good day. And I was like,
All the same
he's
to me.
still very handsome. So I was like, maybe I forgot and confused him with another swipe. I don't fucking know. So while we're on the date, we're having drinks, and he was like, "So did you notice anything different about me than my profile?" And I was like,
What a
Yeah,
weird question
you're-
also.
and it was such a
Tiny.
trap of a question. I'm already like drunk. We're like 3 drinks in. I'm tipsy.
You're
And
like,
I'm
you're missing about 4 inches.
yeah, right. But like I couldn't, like I was drunk and stupid, and I had already convinced myself. I gaslit myself on the date, being like, I must be thinking of a different date that I have. Like it's Hinge. How can you keep them all apart? Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm tipsy and confused, and I'm just like, what? And at this point, I think we're back at his place, and
that escalated very
Things
fast.
jumped.
Wait. He asked. You missed the whole story.
right,
so
so
you're
three
at dinner or drinks, and he's
You-
like,
you
"Did you
think
notice
I got-
anything different?" And you said your
Let's-
height, or
let's
you
go
just
back
said,
to your place.
"No, you're so cute. Let me sit on your face." Like, how did you get from point A
guys,
to point
again,
B?
I was desperata. It was COVID.
She was
I hadn't gotten
confused
laid.
and tipsy.
I was confused and tipsy.
I'm confused,
And I
and
had
I feel
already
tipsy
gaslit
right now.
myself. So, like, after drinks, we go back to his place. We're making out. And then, like, we start chatting. I don't know why. Men, don't stop making out to have more conversation. Just keep going.
Close it.
Close it. And that's when he asked if there's something different. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, women only will swipe on me. I've noticed if I put that I'm 6 foot. And I was like, oh my
That's so
God.
annoying. I don't like that
Yeah,
at all.
he was
Trap.
my height.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I don't care about height. I've dated guys that are shorter than me. I've dated guys my height, and I've dated giants.
Was he in shape though? Like, was everything else the same?
Yeah, but like he just flat out tells me, oh, I realized I get more swipes if I'm 6
That's
foot.
Oh, yeah,
So
totally. You
gross.
probably would have dated him if he had just not said that.
Yeah, you're starting our relationship out as a liar, and
Big
also
lie.
also creepy. I'm in your home when you're like, guess what's different about me? Like,
He's like, with a knife.
right? Yeah, that really stuck with me. I don't care. Like, I get it. Yes, you probably do get more
Yeah,
likes when you're
probably.
6 foot.
But I'm 5 like 8. Okay, I need you to be honest, or we're gonna show up and I'm gonna be in my heels.
Just don't lie. Like that. You're much more likely to get a second date out of me if you don't fucking lie to me.
I mean, here's the thing: you can lie. You can lie by 1 inch, not 4. You get 1 extra inch for inflation.
for inflation.
I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference.
Yeah, Allie would never know because she's 5'2".
Okay, then he should only match with like
Really short
4
girls,
foot
yeah.
5 women.
When you say about the time, like, stop making out with me, like,
Yeah.
to talk, it reminds me of that time I was hooking up with that really hot guy. and he was in town from like India or something. And we were like
So
making out.
you like who swipes on you too?
And this wasn't a swipey. This was a college thing. So Instagram. I guess,
Oh, look at that.
And we went out for drinks just to catch
Trailblazer.
up. And we were like making out on the corner of like 57th and 5th or something. Like, and we're making out, and then he just stopped and he goes, "Are we making out right now?" And I was like, "Well, we were."
We were.
But it was such an awkward way to stop that I think maybe I'll use that now moving forward.
Like if you
When I
want
wanna
someone
end
to
it,
stop,
yeah, I'm
you
like,
just
oh,
say it.
weird. Are we
You know,
making
now
out
that
right
we're in
now?
our
What do you
30s, we also don't have to make out with people we don't want to.
I keep doing it.
I mean, I straight up slept with Jew Lawyer again when he
I know.
smelled only like onion.
Listen, I get it. I will sleep with my first date 9 times out of 10, even if I don't like them.
What an announcement.
I'm easy. You hear that, listener? I'm easy.
I am
There's been
easy.
so many first dates where I'm like, I don't even like this guy, but I'm going to have sex with him anyways.
Why?
I don't know.
Can you get wet when you don't like someone?
Does that matter? You just spit on that thing.
Had the hot to us.
It's about time we talk about that bitch. I don't know. And there's a hope that maybe, just maybe, I'll get an orgasm before I go home.
Do you ever?
It is really hard for me to come. Anyways, yeah. But yeah,
Anyways.
we have new standards, y'all. We don't have to make out with someone if we don't want to. We don't have to sleep with someone if we don't want to. It's 2024.
Well, I took Uber all the way to this guy's place. Like, I'm gonna get something out of it if I'm gonna spend fucking $15.
Did he smell like onions again? Or no?
No, he didn't smell like onions the first time.
Oh, it was the
Just the
second
second time.
Interesting. Okay.
Men, learn how to shower.
Ooh.
Yuck.
Oh, that reminds me when y'all were talking on the last episode, again, great episode, y'all were talking about like showing up to someone's home and it just being a fucking disaster, it smelling bad. There's no one, even Nora's neighborhood fucks. Like,
Okay.
I love that. That should be a show. Join us on Nora's Neighborhood Fucks.
like it still takes them maybe 7 minutes to walk to our apartment. That's
I still
7
clean
minutes
up.
to just throw, if you're cluttered, whatever it is, throw all your shit in the closet, wipe down a quick cabinet, check the toilet,
Light a candle. We're good.
put on
to go.
Literally
a
the
little
bare minimum.
deodorant, brush your teeth.
Yeah.
That you can do that in 7 minutes.
Preach.
Set a timer. Here's a new rat hack, boys, ladies too, because I've heard women are pretty fucking gross in their apartments too. Set a timer after they say I'm on my way. Set a timer and do whatever you possibly can. My rule of thumb: take care of me first, then the home. So deodorant, brush my teeth, and then just fucking go to town on that apartment. And when he shows up, and at least it's a tiny smidge bit better than where it was before.
Rat hack. You can do it in any order. Whatever you prefer, girls.
Rat hack clean. That's our rat hack.
Yeah. We're really helping those low standard
As
girls.
we are just blowing up these podcasts with the
With these
crazy
hacks.
trends. Okay, well, the last thing I wanted to touch on was psychics. I feel like we could use psychics as a dating app.
Yay. And then I'll tell my Reddit story, I guess.
Oh, well, let's lead with that because that seems really irrelevant to psychics.
Okay, so Nora and I were talking about...
Yeah.
Also, would have been helpful when you mentioned Reddit earlier and you were like, I have a story. And then you didn't
Nora's really gotten good at editing. I'm sure she'll work her magic. Reddit, great way to meet people, it turns out. So I was shocked to hear that you're on Field, Al. I love it. I would have never recommended that app
I already
to you.
deleted it.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm so excited that my sister's on it. It's a great app. When I was on it, it was still new. It was really buggy.
Still is.
So I'm on Field during like the COVID era. I meet this couple. They're adorable. They're both super cute, male, female. And they're around our age, and they wanted to have a threesome, and they do it on the regular. So my first threesome was a disaster. The couple broke up afterwards.
It wasn't that the couple you broke up.
I don't think I broke them up.
It's just weird because that happened after your threesome.
It happened after I did a
Correlation,
better job eating her out than him. She was like, I like women now. That's not what happened.
Oh.
But I did a good job. just for the listener.
Mazel
Nora's stomach's flipping now too.
Ew.
So anyways, I go on this date and I tell them, hey, I'm a little nervous. Like my last encounter as like a third did not go very well.
You're like,
It was
I don't know if
very
you've heard, but I broke a
uncomfortable.
couple up.
Yeah, and so they were like, oh, it was their first time. So this couple was like, oh no, we do it all the time. Let's go get out for drinks and like talk, and we'll set some ground rules, boundaries, all that. Cool. So we go out. It's a super cute date. We're having like beer and popcorn and chit-chatting and all this stuff. And I, of course, ask, oh, how did y'all meet? Reddit.
That was the Reddit story?
Well, did you get any more details as to how they met on Reddit?
So I just thought y'all would
Mazel
have,
tov.
I thought y'all would have a reaction to that. Like, oh my
The
God.
build-up was much
the
more
build-up
exciting.
was a lot. I thought someone was gonna...
Okay, should I redo it?
I thought maybe.
No.
I
don't think it's...
I don't know where I thought it was gonna go because I don't use Reddit.
So they tell me they meet on Reddit, and I've never been on Reddit for anything. I'm very confused by the platform. I don't understand the subreddits.
No, I'd much rather go on Yelp.
I cannot.
I liked
read it.
Yahoo Answers back in the day.
Ask Jeeves. But anyways, the guy posted, I guess it was in some subreddit of like kinky stuff, and he goes, looking for a natural hairy bitch that squirts. And she writes back, I got you. And they meet, and yeah, she doesn't like shave, and like
God.
he was really into like more like bushy
God.
natural women.
And she
squirts. And I got to witness it, y'all.
My eyes been open so long, my contacts dried up.
I like that Tara thought the punchline of that story was
Reddit, not the squirter.
not the hairy squirter.
Again, guys, I'm really tired.
What the fuck?
I'm off my game.
So
Back to psychics.
and a natural
Let's do
progression
a
back to
pivot
psychic.
I was just thinking for something for those of you maybe who aren't looking for bushy squirters.
It was really impressive.
Maybe
y'all.
want to go the more traditional route of desperation and use a psychic like I did. And I'm just saying, like, that's really helped me in my dating trajectory because, you know, Eileen told me 32 is my year, and that's just a few months away. So now I'm just
it's
going
32.
fucking nuts. Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
She said I'll have everything in line by 35, but 32 is my year.
So up until then, this is
This
dead
is just
time.
that's why I don't give a
girls
fuck
just
about
wanna
onion
have
guys.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Oh my God.
I Ubered here. Let's get
We
it
gotta
done.
get
all
you
week.
out some
Yeah, we
more
need to get
than
you out
before
more.
October.
You guys only have I was born in November, but yeah.
They've been friends for a decade?
I confused yours and
No,
shit is
let's get
fancy.
me out. October's my cutoff. I should get a wind down
Yeah, we gotta
period.
have, like-
Clean out my
Yeah,
system.
we'll clean you
get
out.
Get me. Let's
We'll get
throw
you
some
on all
fucking
the
hydrogen
antibiotics.
peroxide all up in that puss.
Yeah.
Get me ready and
October's
sterile for my husband.
Yeah, we'll just do a nice detox October so you're fresh and ready for November. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll do a deep dive onto some of these crazy subreddit streams and see what we can find and include that as part of my
I'm
research.
sorry, guys. I really should have prepped my bushy squirter story better.
And for all of you who maybe aren't bushy, keep the clean shaven up.
Keep squirting, girls.
Squirt.
See you next week, rats.
Wait, that's all about the psychic.
We wrapped it. Okay. As always, thanks for listening. If you're interested in even more bad advice, scurry on over to Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We're begging you. Download and rate the show and leave us a review. Talk to you next Monday.
Stay tuned, rats.